Cindy Lucin says, why are the younger generations targeted almost exclusively in Hollywood? Shouldn't more attention be given to the generations that pay all the bills? Well, Cindy, older generations pay every bill except for one, and the bill they don't pay is the entertainment bill. You may argue that, yes, Dad is writing the check to the cable company, and you may argue that Dad gave little Billy $20 so that he could go see a movie, but the bottom line is the demand is not coming from the dad, the demand is coming from the kids. Kids go to movies. Adults don't go to movies. You know, I'm a movie buff. I may see 5 movies in a theater a year, 6, 7, something like that. And every time I go to a theater and see a movie, I always say the same thing. I got to do this more often. But I don't. Kids, on the other hand, love going to movies even today. And kids, you know, are the ones that are watching the Hulu and watching Netflix and HBO and all the rest of it. It's generally given that, at least in the movie-going experience, young people are going out on dates. Older people generally don't want the hassle. You get older and, you know, it's like, yeah, I got to go to the mall, and God, the prices are $30, you know, $15, $20 per person, and then, you know, the popcorn, this is going to set me back $100. Plus there's the parking, and there's never any place to park. We have to walk all this way and stand in line, and no, just stay here and watch TV. But young people don't care. They don't care about lines. They don't care about the parking. They don't care about the cost. They're not paying the cost. They don't care about the lines because they're chatting with their dates. They don't care about parking because they got energy. They're kids. So the fact is that while the parents may have the money, the kids are they're the audience. They drive the demand, and so it's kind of appropriate. Sometimes you can find movies that appeal to older people. There's a term in Hollywood that talks about quadrants. Somebody once broke it down. I actually don't know what the actual quadrants are. I know the term very well. I've heard it all the time, but I don't know what they actually are. Undoubtedly, somebody here does. But the urban market, which basically means the black market, is a quadrant, and you know, an older audience is a quadrant. You know, young males is a quadrant. Young females is another quadrant. And what Hollywood is looking for is they're looking for the film that hits all the quadrants. They don't want a one quadrant film. They want a film that appeals to everybody. So, you know, you may put something into, you put a classic examples, you put a love story into an action picture, right? You're not really it's not a real love story, right? It's not a real love story. If it turns out the guy's got a cape, but it's enough of a love story so that the girls on the dates with the boys have something they can connect to because they're not into this whole kind of cosmic battle. I just shot, you know, plasma bolts out of my fingertips. So, you know, these things are kind of spliced together in that regard, but you are marketing to teenagers, and it's by far the biggest part of the market, you know, 15 to 20, somewhere in there, 22. That's who I'm making big bet problems for, frankly. And I've got a perfectly good reason for it. I don't want to, I don't think you can. I don't want to. I think it's a waste of time to appeal to the 20-somethings or 30-somethings now that voted for Barack Obama 2 times. They're still living in their parents' basement. They've been completely socialized to be progressives. They've been completely indoctrinated. I'm not interested in them. I want to make movies for 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. I want them to look at these conservative principles and not think, oh, conservative principles. I just want them to look, hey, it's cool to have your own guns, cool to have your own cars, cool to be left alone, cool to be unashamed about driving fast, cool to be, you know, it's cool. I want them to look at the things we believe in and go, that's cool. I don't have to preach to them. That's what I do in my day job. I want to show them that it's cool to be armed. It's cool to be free. It's cool to be driving big, fast cars and have, you know, hot chicks and blow away bad guys. If I can do that, then we win elections, presuming that the conservative candidate knows how to articulate that he's in favor of these things. And that's a whole other argument right there. To go, Jacob Belchek says, is it possible to turn Hollywood around? No, I don't think you can. I think, I don't know if I talked about this before. I think something tells me we might have gotten that earlier in the last show. But the short form is you can't turn the Titanic around either, Jacob. It's sinking. And you've got you've got a rowboat. The only thing you can do when the Titanic is sinking is you can't change its course. It's too massive, it's moving too fast, and it's too much inertia. What you can do, though, is man the lifeboats and set up a parallel Hollywood, a parallel structure. But I don't think you can turn this around. It's just too corrupt and too evil. It's got to go to the bottom, and it's going to the bottom. The explosion of all these online things like YouTube, Hulu, Netflix means the studios are becoming less and less interesting. The fact that it used to cost millions of dollars to do a movie, now for $10,000 worth of camera and $10,000 worth of computer, you can edit and shoot a feature film. So, you know, there you go. So I don't think so, Jacob. I think you got to start from scratch. I wouldn't mind doing an episode where we talk about people who want to get into show business and what we can do. That might be a story for another day. And